Hello, hello everyone. It's WebComic Wednesday. Hope your week has been good so far. So I finished the page I was working on for the past couple of weeks. And so now we get to start a new batch of pages because I ran out. So tonight's gonna be a lot of just thumbnailing and getting the basic sketches done. Hello, Shrimpy! Howdy, howdy! Oh, okay, so we chatted off stream about freckles and brushes to use for freckles. So I'm gonna quickly show you what I use for Kane's freckles. Because Kane is covered in freckles. Okay, so you're gonna wanna, like, in Clip Studio Paint, we've got the airbrush tool. And for me, it is this spray version right here. And let me scoot this up a little bit. And then you can go down into the settings and like set the particle size. Kane is anywhere from like a 6 or 7 particle size for their freckles, but depending on like close-ups, they can be larger, they can be smaller, you can make it really dense. I go with like the least dense, and then there's spray deviation, so like how closely does it follow your pen line. I go with like minimum setting because I just wanted to go all over the place. But yeah, that's what I use. It's just the basic spray thing in the airbrush. And you can even like adjust like the hardness and the density. So play around with it. Get it to where you like it. And also, like, Clip Studio has, like, a whole, like, assets library. You can, like, easily download brushes you need. Some cost a little bit of money. Not a lot, but a little bit. Others are typically free. The very basic stuff is usually free. So, but yeah, this is the brush I use for Kane's freckles. Basically, any character I have that has freckles, I use this brush. So there we go. That's that tutorial. The little walkthrough. Give all your Blorbos freckles. This is a pro freckles art channel. My sister, when we were younger, she would give what we called sun freckles. So, like, during the summer, like, she already has, like, very minor freckles. She got the very Irish side of the bloodline. And during the summer, her freckles would just become more prominent. Okay. I prepped a bunch of pages ahead of time. We'll see how many we get sketched out, because we're a little itty bitty bit off my script that I wrote out like 5 years ago at this point, because this chapter is taking me 4 years to do. It might go into 5 depending on how much I add to it. There's quite a few fight scenes coming up, so that's fun. At least one more big fight scene. But yeah. I also, like, I've even been getting into the mood of, like, giving a lot of my other, like, role-playing OCs, not, like, the ones I use on the roleplay server, but, like, when I make a character in, like, Baldur's Gate or something, or I'm designing just a random character, I've been on a kick of giving people vitiligo, which is where you have, like, a lack of pigment in your skin. So, like, and people of color shows up more prominently because it's very easy to tell the difference, but I do have a Caucasian friend who also has vitiligo, and it is, like, the slightest difference in their skin tone, but it's also, like, incredibly fascinating to me. Like, I just think it's so neat, you know? Like, human beings are so diverse and weird, and it's kind of fascinating. I think there's a few background characters in Tale of Cain I've given vitiligo, because, like, I don't know, if I were to do a character in a comic that had vitiligo, and they were a main character, I don't know how like, that's a lot of work. Like, one-off characters I occasionally draw, or, like, the occasional commission with a character that has vitiligo is fine, but I think trying to draw that like on a consistent basis in a comic would kill me. Cain's freckles aren't consistent. The only like, they're everywhere. There's no consistent freckle anywhere. It changes because of the brush I use. And even when I draw Cain traditionally, I don't do a body full of freckles. I just kind of do like under the eyes and on the cheeks, and maybe a little bit on, like, their shoulders, and that's it, because I'm like, I can't sit here and just poke at it. Alright. Exactly, buddy. Like, I took figure drawing studies when I was in college, when I was in an art college. And once you get over the hump of, like, naked people, which can be admittedly a little awkward for everybody at first, except for maybe the model, it's just really interesting how bodies are so diverse. And, like, I also like going into the anthropological and, like, scientific reason why bodies are so different. Because I'm a nerd. Okay, I gotta take a look at how I did the I have this habit of making, like, the top panel of the page very, like, wide. And I'm trying to think how I... Should I have done a little bit of sketching in my sketchbook this past week? Maybe. Did I? No. I did not. I did not. Okay, so the last couple pages have been a lot of horizontal. Panels. There's this one artist I follow, I think Spearmint? think that's how you pronounce their name. They did the webcomic Brimstone and Roses, and the way they draw their plus size characters is just gorgeous. They have a really good handle on anatomy, and it's great. They also have a new comic called, oh, what is it called? Oh, My Werewolf Girlfriend. And it's really good. It's very early on, but I'm really enjoying it. Big fan of their stuff. Okay, enough of my yapping. I need to work. Let me see if I can get a link. I can put it in the Discord. Because I'm pretty sure I have my Twitch chat set to where I don't allow links because I don't like people coming in with bots and trying to spam me with links. So let's see here. Oh, excuse me. Yeah. Okay. A link to My Werewolf Girlfriend is in the Discord in the sharing cool stuff. I think the synopsis for My Werewolf Girlfriend is it's very inspired by Les Mis, with like the one police officer who's obsessed with John Valjean, I think. I don't know. I'm not well versed in Les Mis. That was more of my sister's camp when we were growing up. She was obsessed with Les Mis when we were in high school. I was obsessed with J-pop and anime in high school. Okay. I need to stop yapping and get to sketching. I gotta stop rambling. I gotta work. I could just sit here for the next 2 hours and talk about webcomics, but that wouldn't be super entertaining. Or it could be. I have opinions. I'm not as into anime as I used to be. Like, it's mostly because I don't have a lot of time like I used to. So when I was in high school, for all of high school, I was in a cartooning club, which like it was founded on like people wanting to like make comics and stuff, but it also like evolved into like absorbing every nerdy niche of that high school that was like alternative in a way. So like we had like Magic the Gathering, we had video games, we watched anime, like because the meetings for the first couple years while I was in high school were every other week because the teacher who ran it, like, he could only stay late after school every other week. So, we'd watch at least 1 or 2 episodes of an anime. Kids would give presentations on, like, anime and manga and, like, video games. We had to, like, set a rule at one point that, when you're, like, doing a presentation of a violent video game, like, and you censor like a graphic image, you cannot then just describe the graphic image behind the censor. I distinctly remember, I forget what video game it was. This was like probably 2007, 2008. An acquaintance, a friend of mine at the time, was giving a presentation on like this violent video game that was coming out or something. And there was like a screenshot or like something of like like someone got a headshot. And he had censored it with like smiley face emojis or like pictures or stickers on like the slide, and then described like, oh yeah, that smiley face there is an eyeball flying out of this guy's skull. Sort of thing. I think, and then like students could also bring in school appropriate series to show. So like I had a box set of Fruits Basket, which I still have that box set. That was my 16th birthday present, and I still have that box set of the original anime. And I brought that in because we wanted to like, we were showing the we're showing the Valentine's Day episode on Valentine's Day. And then another time I brought in Record of Lodoss Wars, which is an anime that is a D&D series retelling. So like in Japan apparently it was really popular for people who play D&D to like submit stories and retell the stories of their D&D games in these magazines. And then like the Record of Lodoss War got so popular that it like developed, it got a manga, and then it got an anime and a couple OVAs. And my dad bought the box set of DVDs of Record of Lodoss Wars when I was in high school, and I am now a proud owner of that box set of DVDs. And I brought it into my anime club because at the time, a lot of my friends were like, man, these dubs suck. These dubs suck. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to show you a real bad dub. I want to show you the early to mid 90s type of dub. And then I want to hear you complain about how current dubs in the aughts or like the early 2000s is bad. Mind you, I also sat through watching Kimba the White Lion on YouTube in 4 parts when I was in college and bored out of my mind, so I know bad dubs. Okay, I have to work. Okay, let me think. Alright, we left off with the crowd rushing. I think we're just gonna skip ahead to Kane and Fenrig approaching the stage. Okay. So I'm thinking my ADHD brain is like, I want to talk about anime. I'm going to talk about manga. I want to talk about the 4 years I was a fucking nerd in high school. Like, I've been wanting to do comics since I was in middle school. And when I got to high school, I actually, I had friends at the time who also wanted to do comics. So like we wanted to like make our own little studio, like clamp and everything. And we had a setting. We didn't really have a story. We had a setting. And there was, oh God, like half a dozen of us. We all created little OCs to go into this like world, and it was called Black Rose Academy. So it was all about like magic and like, I I don't even know what the point was, but it's basically people had magical powers, went to a special school called the Black Rose Academy, and like I designed the school uniforms, and we all had characters and everything, and I was like, cool, and I was like super serious about this. So I'm like, hey guys, like let's get together and like figure out what we want to do for like the plot. What do we want to happen? Like we need to start thinking about this. Who's doing what? Because like there was at least 3 to 4 different artists in this group. So I'm like, well, we need to keep the style consistent. So like maybe one person does like the line work. Someone else does the inking. Someone else does the color. How do we want to distribute this? And like I think I was privy to webcomics at the time, but not the webcomics we have now, but more of like webcomics on DeviantArt. That's mostly where I hung out. So like I was like sitting there trying to go through the logistics, and everyone's like, let's figure out what our like theme songs are for the anime. And I'm like, guys, can we like make a comic first? Pretty please. With sugar on top. Okay, so I'm thinking... Okay, I'm thinking we're gonna like focus in on Lyra here. I'm just gonna... It doesn't have to be perfect, but she's like... I don't know if I'm gonna have tears yet, but I'm gonna just put those down. But yeah, I was like, oh, I really want to make this comic with my friends, and like it didn't work out, and I don't really talk to any of those people anymore, so back when I was in high school, I actually had a I attempted a superhero comic. The superhero teenagers, because I was really into the Teen Titans animated show at the time, like the original one, not that Teen Titans Go stuff for the kids these days. Like, actually, I'm gonna... There's been a few times, because like I've stayed in this relative area of where I went to high school, and so is my mom. So she'll, like, in the couple years ago, she ran into like an old classmate of mine at like a bank because they were working there, and this was a friend of mine who we took a couple art classes together. We were in the cartooning club together, and they got really into like the graphic design side of things in our art programs at my school, because my school was really well funded when it came to the arts. We had so many programs. I loved it there. But they got into like graphic design, and their style is very much they do a lot of like graffiti style art, very graphic, not in like violence but like in style. And they had like mentioned to my mom that they've seen me like chipping away at my various comic projects, and was like actually kind of impressed that I stuck with it. And that's one thing that helps me keep going, is that I'm like, I'm probably one of the only people in my entire friend group / class. So I was like, oh no, I want to make comics. And here I am like 20 plus years later, and I'm still going at it. I'm not making money from it, but I'm still going at it. I don't know if this is even a possible post, but we're just still gonna sketch it. I mean, if you're gonna do webcomics or comics in general, you gotta have a passion for it. Like, don't let people take advantage of you, but you gotta have a passion for it. It's a lot of work. You have to like what you're doing. Like, I've had a conversation quite a few times with a lot of like my local art friends, where like we're all various level of quote unquote professional / hobbyist. So like there's a couple people who have like legitimate, like they're making decent money doing art, like for a living. And then some people, it's more of their side hustle. For me, it's kind of like it's costing me more money to do right now than I'm making money from it, but like eventually it's got to turn around. I can't just give up because it's hard. And it's just one of those things like we've talked about, especially with the rise of AI, where a lot of people are like, oh, they want to get rich quick, so they're gonna write a book, or oh, I want to be an artist. And I'm like, there are so many easier ways to make money than being an artist, let me tell you. Like, I can go get a job at the Dairy Queen down the street probably a lot and make money faster than I would be doing this, but I'd much rather be doing this. Sketch. There we go. Trying to keep these layers organized. Right, I'm already at 4 panels. Alright, let's see here. I'll adjust this angle later. It's fine. I'm just gonna put... I know who Prof is. I know who it is. I just need to... Do I have a sketch of them real quickie? There he is. There they are. Oh! Dang! Hey, Ike! Hello, hello! Thank you for the raid, Ike. How was your stream? Were you doing Minecraft today, or were you doing another sketchathon? I've been thinking probably my next follower goal. Oh dang, that's so many, Ike. I hope you're okay. Jesus. On top of prepping for your webcomic launch next week? Damn. Hi, just here for coffee. Welcome for, thank you. Welcome. Thank you for that follow. I know words. I can talk. It's all good. It's all rectified now. Oh, Dragonia art. Thank you. I am almost done with the Marvelous comic cover challenge. I'm almost done with mine. I'm trying to figure out how hard I want to go with the lighting and shading for this one, because it's Jubilee and Deadpool. It's almost done. I promise it'll be done by the deadline. I'm always, if anything, it's always up to the wire for me. I actually have to start thinking about Pride merch for this year. Because I'm doing quite a few Pride markets again this year. So I'm trying to decide. Yo, listen, I barely keep up with my own Discord, okay? Go ahead and dump your art in there. To be fair, my Discord is very quiet. But, what was I saying earlier? Oh, yeah. I have like a 200 follower goal here on, Twitch. And I'm thinking when I hit that, it's gonna be like, a doodle request stream. We'll see. Because I just think it'd be fun. Ooh, okay, now I have to go look. I want to see these has-been. I want to see has-been in your style. Dude, did you draw a Bionicle dude? Did you draw a Bionicle dude? Ooh, and an amazing digital circus. Yeah, go eat. Go eat your tacos. What was I doing? Okay. Just do little sparklies here. just gonna draw the sword here. That's awesome. Yeah, luckily I didn't owe too much this year. Actually, I lost, since I spent so much money on my business that the government was like, here, have money instead. Last year was rough financially for the art business. I lost like $1,000 on a show I did. Kind of messed me up for the whole year. Oh, tax season's always stressful. I'm always worried I'm doing it wrong. I like quadruple check my shit before I submit it. I think the biggest thing I did I haven't really done much freelance since I started trying to do my art business. My art business more... My art business is more for like doing shows and conventions, not so much freelance. I don't think I have the time to do freelance on top of day job in art stuff, like art shows. Like, the occasional commission is good. I'd like to do more, like, one-off commissions. Ooh, what are you ordering for your table? Tell me. I'm currently looking at oh, I'm so excited for you, Ike! I can't wait to finally start reading Bonded. Ah. Yeah, I have, I think last year I did another, like, poster / comic cover for Tale of Cain, and I have a version of it with the QR code on it that I put up at every show. I have business cards, not exclusively for the comic, but for me. I think the most recent thing I want to invest in for my setup is not necessarily setup, it's more of the logistics of it. I'm looking at a collapsible dolly slash cart because my poor little wagon isn't cutting it. It takes like 2 to 3 trips with that little guy. So I think it'd just be really nice to have a dolly or a cart that also collapses down into my car that I can use. Dude, that K-pop Demon Hunter poster is sick. Actually, I need to figure out what the next batch of merch I'm doing is, besides, like, this fairy print I'm working on. Because I just finished my Delicious in Dungeon chibis. So, I do have to do the new season of Critical Role guys as pins. I have, like, 2 file containers, like hanging file folder containers of prints. I have 4 totes of pins and charms. And oh, I have like 2 small containers of stickers, which I've been meaning, I might get another tote. I've been meaning to get another like scrapbooking tote for the stickers because it's just getting really cumbersome. Yeah, I gotta update my shop too. That's probably a Memorial Day project is. How many panels did I put on this one page? Am I gonna hate myself later? Oh! Hi, Trix Oddly! Welcome, welcome! Thank you for the follow! 1, 2, 3... Oh, there's like 7. Well, these are basically zoom-ins. It's fine. I'll worry about it later. Okay. I love the modular crate setups. Yeah, I have like these giant storage bins. One of them is just like all of my panels and like my tablecloths. The other one is like the collapsible dish racks that I use to display my prints, and like the collapsible crates that I use to display my prints and everything. So like maybe one of these days I'll get it more streamlined. I know like when some stuff finally sells out, I will not be restocking it. I think once all my Sadman prints are gone, they're gone. I've had them for 3 years and I've only sold a handful and I got 50 of those guys. Okay. I'm just gonna do this. Yeah. Mine's very vertical just because of the sheer number of prints that I have. I'll make this more interesting later. It's just a sketch. Listen, I know what's going on. That's all that matters. I don't have another artist I have to communicate stuff to. Okay, so my comic, my comic is, a fantasy comic loosely based on D&D that is about, just basically a bunch of young adults trying to figure out their place in the world. It's a little fantasy adventure. It's a fun romp. Everyone's queer. There might be some kissing later. I'm still figuring out. Despite the fact I've been working on this for over 8 years, I still don't... I have an idea of where the story is going, but I'm not married to it. Listen, my pitch is a fantasy comic about a bunch of 20-somethings trying to figure out their shit. If you like D&D, you're gonna like this comic. Listen, like, so my issue, not really issue's a strong word. My dilemma for Tale of Cain right now is that my Arrow Ace ass is having trouble planning out the pacing for the main romance of the comic, because these guys have been in my head for so long that they're already together. They're already smooching in my brain. I just don't know how exactly I'm gonna make that work in the comic quite yet. Like, I want it to be kind of a slow burn because Fenric is Demi, so he's not quick to warm up to, like, a romantic relationship, but also at the same time I want my boys to smooch on the page already. You know? I want them to smooch. But there's other complications that they can't just smooch right away because it's weird. I'll figure it out. Listen, it's taking 4 chapters. You can't see my fingers. I'm holding up 4 fingers to my camera, even though the camera's not on. Took me 4 chapters to get my main cast together. Like, 4 of the 5 people are in the party. And the 5th one's not coming for a while. Listen. Listen. Everybody listen. Webcomics are a marathon. They are not a sprint. If you want to, like, keep making comics, if you want to make comics, you want to make art, you have to take care of yourselves, otherwise you can't make art. Webcomics is a slow time. There's a reason why there's a phrase called comic time. Things take forever. Just take your time. Have fun with it. Webcomics are supposed to be fun. You can be doing a whole lot of other things with your time than making webcomics. We choose to be here. We choose this life. Webcomics are indeed a slow burn. Listen, if I'm still working on Tale of Cain by the time I even quote-unquote retire, I'm not gonna be surprised. Some of my favorite webcomics have been going for 20 plus years, and they're not done yet. And the thing is, I'm working on this webcomic, and I have another one brewing in my head. I've already drawn a page for it. It's not posted anywhere, really, but I've drawn 1 page for it. I have at least 3 chapters planned out. I have it outlined. I don't know when I'm gonna get to it. I have the 2 main characters designed. I have a plot. But until I can do art full time, it's not really gonna take off because I don't have time for it. Okay. Alright, I think... like, when... Because Tale of Cain is not my first webcomic project. It is my 2nd attempt at an original story. It is my 3rd attempt at doing a comic. And my first ever comic I tried doing was a superhero comic back in high school. It didn't get far. I was in high school. I did a couple of pages and then schoolwork happened. When I graduated high school, started college, I did a Nuzlocke comic, which is like a special Pokemon fan comic. People should know the rules of Nuzlocke by now. I did that comic for 5.5, 6 years before I burnt out and crashed. And then a couple months after that, I started working on Tale of Cain. Oh my god! A 2nd raid? Hi, Midgelings! Thank you for the raid! Welcome in, everyone! I'm just sketching, thumbnailing some pages, yapping about comics and art. Sure. You can try posting a link in the chat. Otherwise, don't know how else you could show it to me. I think I have links blocked and I don't know how to unblock them. I will take an art tax. Yeah, try whispering it to me. I know how Twitch works. Do I? Have I been streaming consistently for nearly 3 years? Yes. Do I know how Twitch works? No. Ooh, let's see. Ooh, that's a good art tax. Hold up, everyone. You gotta see this art. This art's so good. Hold on. Hold on. I know what I'm doing. Oh, hold up. Get this. There we go. Did not want to do that. Look at that handsome dude. That's looking really good, Midge. Ooh. I love how translucent these fronds are on their head. The rendering on that is like really good. Midge is a great artist. I love their stuff. Oh, okay. Yeah. That's really cool. You've rendered that glass really well. And those lips are very smoochable. I gotta say. Good lips. Oh, I gotta see the glass. Yes, yes, I want to show everyone the zoom in of the glass. Hold on. Alright, hold up. Look at that. Look at that beautiful rendering. Look at it. It's so cute. It's so good. Look at it. That's so pretty. I want to eat that art. Inject it straight into my veins. That sound, it's, that sounds so, that does sound surreal. I'm sorry for all the flooding. I had some, it's not really, I wouldn't call it flooding. I've had some minor leakage in my room slash the basement, because my room is in the basement, because we had a bad storm roll through last night, like tornado warning levels of roll through. So yeah, my floor's still a little bit wet. I swapped out the towels I threw down this morning for another batch of towels, and the other towels are hanging on the clothesline in the laundry room before I can, for a while, until I throw them into the dryer for like 4 hours. I actually I got into work this morning, and there was like a small puddle on one of my desks at work, because it's like an L shape. Luckily it wasn't where my computer was, but there was water. I was just like, oh dang. Pardon my sloppy writing. Don't know why I'm trying to get all precious. It's just supposed to be a sketch. I know I just spelled acquainted wrong, but whatever. I'll fix it later. Alright. My phone chirped and I'm like, who's that? Where is it? Ooh, okay. Do, 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 do. Hi, the Chubster! Welcome, welcome! It's going. The drawing be going. Yeah, go chill out. Like, go take a break. Rest your wrists. Stretch them. Ice them. Put them in a brace. Did it again. Oh, did I? I did again. Okay, hold up. I need to look something up. Okay. is very rough. Dialogue. Oh shoot, it's almost time to end stream. We'll finish this page. I think that's where I'm going to end it for stream tonight. We did nearly 5 pages of thumbnails, so that's pretty impressive. Let's see what we're gonna raid into tonight. The people I usually raid into aren't live right now, I don't think. Let's see. I think we're gonna raid into Don't Kill My Character. Looks like they're doing a superhero RPG tonight. I will be back on Friday with either a art lock session or a draw this in your style art session. We'll see. We'll figure it out. Until then, have a lovely day, have a lovely night, and I'll see y'all again real soon.